Right here, and I thought I'd do another video, and this video will be my Wii game collection. Now, the first game on my list is House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. Now, it's an alright game. It's an arcade shooter where you just point the Wii and you just shoot anything that moves, really, that's coming to you at the screen. Now, basically there are ports from House of the Dead 2 and 3 of the arcade to the Wii. Now the only problem is that House of the Dead 3 looks good, but the problem is that they didn't really update the graphics for 2. They just kept them as they are, and they look horrible by today's standards. But they have a few extra things that you can unlock throughout the game, that you can unlock more health, more continuous, but that's pointless. And they have these boss modes, which is a nice feature, but it isn't a great game if you're paying full price for it. I would recommend, it's really worth 15 to 20 euros to buy, or dollars, or whatever currency you use. Or it's even the best thing to do is to rent it, but that's really it. Next is Wii Play. Now, everyone knows that if you own Wii Play, the only reason you buy it was because of an extra Wii remote. And that's really basically all I bought it for, was just to pay an extra 5 euros or something like that, just to get the game. Now, it's an alright game. It's like, it is worth 10 euros on its own only, at least. But it's not really great. It's really only a game worth it if you have 2 players. But if you're only buying it for on its own without the remote, it's not really worth getting. It's really only worth a rent. Wii Sports. Now, do I really need to say anything about it? It's a great game. Comes with the Wii. That's it. Mario Strikers. Now, I think this is a very good game. It has a good online. It has, I haven't played now in a while now, and I think it has a weekly online tournament, leaderboard, who has the most points every week. And I have to admit, it is a very, very good first online Wii, for being the first online Wii game. I have to admit, it is very good. There was no problems I had going online with it, and it's basically a soccer game, really, like, and it's pretty good, like, fun, but it's alright. Mario Galaxy. Now, I have to admit, it's Mario, but I have to admit, I was absolutely blown out of proportion by it. It was a great game. The gravity is just unbelievable. All the different planets is just amazing. I didn't think it'd be as good as it is. It's just and it's a really, really long game. Like, I didn't think it'd be that long. Now on the game there's 120 stars screen, but you can only get half of them to win the actual main story. But you can go back and collect the other 120 stars. So I think it's a very good platformer. If you own a Wii, it's a must buy. If you don't have this and you own a Wii, I don't know what the hell you've been doing. Far Cry Vengeance. Now, this is one of the games that it's got backlash. It's just everyone pans it, everyone hates it. I have to admit, I'm one of probably maybe only the very few, if only person, who actually likes it. Now, I admit the graphics are not great, but I thought the shooting was pretty fine. The controls are a bit bad. The controls are very, very bad in my opinion, but I liked it. The only problem is that the CG cutscenes are just horrible. In my opinion, they don't look as bad, but I think the in-game graphics look even just as better. It's weird. No More Heroes. No. I have to say this for the record. This is probably one of my top 3 favourite Wii games that I own. It's just an amazing game. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant, funny game. I'm not going to say it's a very violent game, because I own the European version, which is censored, which no blood, no heads, no splitting in half, no blood flying everywhere. But that's the only difference between the American and the European version. But basically, I love it. I can't wait for the sequel. Now, Oponia. Now, this is a new game that I just got. I basically, right now, I've only been playing through it for like maybe 2 hours now, and there really isn't much to this. From what I know so far of the story, it's just basically like that there's a planet that has, it's kind of half, this is what, from what I'm thinking, it's half good, and the other side has these rogues or monsters or something like that at the other side, and they want to kind of overtake the planet. But it's a very good game. It's a JRPG, and the battle system is unique. It's kind of the same as a JRPG, but you use the analog stick on the Wiimote to attack your enemy, strengthen it. Now, you can use only the analog stick. Now, it works really well in my opinion. I thought it'd be horrible, but I think it works. It takes some time getting used to it, but it's pretty good. The graphics I don't mind the graphics, but some of the character models they're very, very blurry, and they're not really fully taking the power of the Wii to its full. The Blob, yet another new game I just bought. I've only played the first level. I have to admit, it's very good. The graphics are very good. It's an amazing, very colourful game. It has the music for every time you combine new paints, or you have a new painting when you hit the wall, it will have these change of music for depending on the different colours. So I think it's an amazing game. I like it so far. I really want to play more of this, but I just don't have the time to play more of it. But I really, really recommend it. Disaster Day, for instance. Honestly, it's alright. It's not great. It's alright. Like I like it. It's alright. Like there's so many different mixed genres in this. It's action. It's kind of a simulator. It's kind of, well, not really a simulator actually. More adventure, action, rail shooter. Now the thing that disappointed me was I thought the shooting aspects would be like third person. Like, you know, something like Gears of War. Like I knew it had a cover system, but I didn't think it was a rail shooter. The cover system, it's kind of like Time Crisis. That's what the cover system is like. So alright, graphics are not too bad on the Wii, but it was one of these games that I wanted to buy, and I found it cheap, and I was kind of disappointed, really. Mad World. Do I really have? It's by far probably the most violent game I played this generation. It is really, really violent. I thought Gears of War 2 was violent, but this is just pure violence, because Gears of War 2 is just, you can just blow them or chains off. But there's so many different ways you can kill them. It's just unbelievable. The art style, I like the art style. It's black and white. It'll take some time to get used to it, but it's a very good game. I like it. It's kind of very on the short side, so it's really a good rent, or if you can pick it up really, really cheap.